Hi, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to do term 2 mini test 3 higher. Okay, so today's focus is question 7. There was a deliberate mistake, and today I'm going to show you where that mistake is. And so let's start with question 1. Question 1A, like the previous weeks, we are to estimate a calculation. So this is question 1 there. The estimate is 3.86 multiplied by 8.75 divided by 5.93. So because we are asked to estimate, so we need to round each of the numbers to one significant figure. So 3.86, look at the first significant figure. Can it become a 4? Yes, because of the 8. Then I times, look at the first significant figure. Can it become a 9? Check that. Yes, it can. Look at my first significant figure, 5. Can it round up? Yes, it can. So that's your estimate. So from now on, it's an approximation. So do the top number first, 94. If you put your forefinger down, that's 36. Divide by 6, and you know 6 does go in 36 exactly, which is 6. So the approximation, the estimate is 6. Question 2. Calculate 5/6 of 24 pounds. Okay. So first, find what 1/6 is. So 1/6 is equivalent to 24 shared between 6 people, and each part is worth 4 pounds. So that's 1/6. So I want 5/6, that means I want 5 lots of the 1/6, which is worth 4 pounds, and so therefore altogether 5/6 is worth 20 pounds. That's it. Okay. Question 3 is a parallel line involving angles. So the first thing comes to my head is alternate angles are equal or corresponding angles are equal. So here's the parallel lines, and the line going through those two lines, and this is 125 degrees, not drawn accurately, and we are asked to find this angle Y. Now a straightforward answer to simplify the working out is, in fact, there's one more properties that you need to know about parallel lines, that co-interior angles they're not equal, because usually that would be, if that's an obtuse angle, that is likely to be an acute. So that's one way to think they are not equal angles. However, co-interior angles, they add up to 180. So that should be the one straightforward answer for the reason, and then you can just do y equal to 180, take away 125 degree, and that will give you 55 degree. Finish. Okay, but if you did not know this is a co-interior angles, eventually you'll find that out by using corresponding angles are equal, because they are both looking in the same way. Basically that's symmetrical. So therefore, well, actually this is just a it's the same angle as this. It's an image. So if that's 125, that must be 125. And then if you ignore everything else and just look at this straight line, you could have said the second reason is that they are on a straight line, so 180 take away 125 gives you y. So you will have to write two reasons. First, corresponding angles are equal. Second, angles on a straight line up to 180. That is also an acceptable answer. So most people I know will go for the longer option, but it's quite good to also know that co-interior angles are equal as well. Okay? If they add up to 180, sorry. Number 4. Okay, so question 4 is to do with ratio. Is cats to dogs. Okay, so it's always nice to label it first. So every 2 cats, there are 7 dogs. and this person has 21 dogs. So that means it's got 3 times more. So you do 3 times more than 2, and that's 6 cats. Okay, and that's what it is. So in ratio, there are 3 types of ratio problems. So type 1, type 2, type 3. And this will be a sort of type 3 problem, where it doesn't give you the total amount. And then most people will just try to add them and then divide by a random number. But if you solve the problem as it is, that's how you do it. Okay? Question 5. 23.7 times 63. Okay, today I'm going to use a conventional column method, but to show you the column method, I'd like to show you the fact column method is a partition method. So 23.7, instead of times 63, you times 60, and 23.7 times 3. And then add those 2 numbers up, will give you the answer. So the column method, or sometimes called the colossal method, does this. You do the 3 times, and then you do the 60 times. Okay? So in England, you do the units first. So 3, 7, 21. 3, 3 is 9. Add the 2 is 11. 3, 2 is 6. Add the 1 is 7, 1, 1. And then, because it's 60, so there is a 0 at the end of your answer. So now you just simply do 6 times 7, 6 times 3, 6 times 2. 6, 7, 42. And 6, 3 is 18. Add the 4, that's 22. 6, 2 is 12. Add the 2 is 14. So make sure they're aligned really nicely. Okay, then you can add the equivalent place values. So the units, tenths, and this is the hundreds, this is the thousands, and this is the tens of thousands. Okay, what we need to do, one last thing, is to make sure where the decimal point should go. Well, this is roughly, using estimate earlier on, like question 1, this is roughly 20, that's roughly 60, 20 times 60, 2 times 6 is 12, add the 2 notes, that's 1,200. So you need your answer to be near 1,200. So what is there? So that will be 1.4, not close to 1,200. 14.931, not close to 1,200. 149.31, not close to 1,200, and there is close to 1,200. So that's where the decimal point goes. So that means the answer to this is 1,429.31, exactly like that. So think about my previous method, the Chinese method, and this method. What is comfortable should be the technique that now year 9, year 10 should apply. Okay, but it is nice to know both methods, because in exam you can actually, if you have time, you can check your answers using 2 methods, and you can guarantee success of obtaining all marks. Okay. So question 6. I'm going to use blue. Okay, it's expand. This time it's 3 sets of brackets. So x plus 2, x minus 2, and x plus 1. Okay, so expand the first 2 brackets first. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. So you can see there are 2 like terms here. and minus 2, add 2. There are still people telling me it's 4, sometimes minus 4. But if you have minus 2 on the number line, and you have to add 2, 1, 2, so you will get to 0. So that becomes 0. And so x squared minus 4 is the expand of these two set brackets. Then I have to multiply this answer to x plus 1. So how do we do this? Well, very simple. Take this bracket, you've got two terms, just have to multiply each of the term to the other bracket of how many terms there are. And there are two terms. So again, so we'll do x squared first, times x cubed, and x squared times 1, 1x squared, which is just x squared, minus 4, make sure you include the minus sign, minus 4 times x is minus 4x, and minus 4 times plus 1, minus and a plus makes a minus when you multiply, so as well as divide, minus and a plus, minus 4 times 1, 4. Check if there's any like terms. There's no x cubed anywhere, there's no x squared anywhere, there's no x on its own anywhere, and there's no constant where there's just a single number, there's no constant anywhere. So therefore, this is your final answer. Okay, it's already simplified. Okay, and I like try to make a habit of writing in terms of powers. Whichever got the highest power goes first. So that's 3, 2, and 1. And that's no power. So constant usually is left at the end. And when you do equations, or quadratic equations, and drawing quadratic equations, the graphs, having the constant at the back makes it very quickly to tell where the line hits the y-axis. So make a habit of doing that. Okay. So question 8 now. Sorry, question 7. This is the one that I asked to pay a lot more attention to. This is to do with error intervals. So you've got a 11.6, and it is rounded to one decimal place, which means it has an error interval worth 0.1. So therefore, the maximum is going to be half of that, the upper bound, 11.65, and the lower bound is going to be half of that, minus 0.05. So therefore, it's 11.55 for lower bound. Write that as an interval. 11.6 is bigger and equal to 11.55, and in the last video, I also had the equal sign here and wrote 11.65. But here's the problem. If you round this number to one decimal place, that would become 11.7, right? Which doesn't get you to that. So in other words, that upper bound has to be less than 11.65. Can't be equal to. Okay, so it doesn't include 11.65, but 11.649999999. So that's the best way to have all the number to be less than 11.65 by changing that inequality sign. So that was where the error was in the past, but nobody has mentioned it at all. So now here it is. So when you write your error interval, it's always equal sign here and no equal sign there. Okay. So that's the answer. And now number 8. So I'm going to do this very quickly. So first, write down the formula. It's base at the parallel sides times the height or the separation between the parallel sides divided by 2 is the area formula for the trapezium. So the parallel sides are 2.5 and 3.5, and then times that by the separation, which is the height 6, and then halve it. So 2.5 and 3.5, that's 6. 6 times 6. So remember big maths, do the bracket first. And 6, 6, 36, halve it, that will give you 18. So from now on, you must include units, even though there might not be an extra mark, but it's a good habit as well. It's a square because for area. So 18 centimeters square. Number 9, very easy. 4 to the power minus 1, most of you know this now, is to turn the negative indices into positive is to use something called reciprocal. 1 over the same thing will make this negative becomes a positive, which means it's 1/4 or 0.25 if you want. Okay? And for the last question 10, is standard form. It's got I think that's 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then followed by a 5. So which means in standard form it will be 5 times how many jump I gone back to the after 5 is 10 jumps. And because it's a very small values, minus 10 represent a very small values. So that's that one. And then lastly, for number 10b, is 7 million with 7 zeros. 6 zeros, 7 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the decimal point is here, and then it's go behind the 7 because it has to be between 1 and 10, but not including 10. So 7 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a big number, so it's going to be a positive indices. Okay, that's it, done. Thank you.